team captain there. You see him talking to one of his players.
That was back on the 11th of November. The score was 99-84. Seattle a winner. Well, you think about that game. Michael Jordan started the game 0 for 14 against the Sonics and wound up 5 for 26 from the field. MJ continues to rehabilitate the knee. Still no definite timetable on a possible return, but you know, if you want to be optimistic and you know the kind of athlete he is, you know he's working out hard to try to get it back in game shape and hopefully come back and help this team down the stretch. But no official word on when he might return. Whitney pulls up for the jumper and swishes it in.
They
nice
have
play.
really turned things around the last 3 or 4 minutes. They've executed well on offense. They've gotten back on defense, and in fact, twice stopped potential Seattle fast breaks.
Wizards again by 2. Barry drives, players tumble to the floor, and Barry lays it in. Lewis and Alexander got tangled up.
Once again, Lewis a little bit out of control as he was making his cut. Actually fell and took the legs from underneath Courtney.
Game tied at 13. Wizards in Portland tomorrow night, so this is the first of a back-to-back as the Wizards play 6 games in 9 days. Alexander, fadeaway jumper, good, beautiful shot. His elevation is just mind-boggling sometimes.
Yeah, it's a thing of beauty to watch. He gets up there and kind of hangs in the air. Now he's on defense and
offensive foul. Good call by Jack Dees, a play that we see all the time.
Don't see that call, that whistle blow a lot, but Art Long gets called for the foul here. There you see him move and stick the legs out, the left leg out.
As we pointed out before, Phil, any movement whatsoever, especially when it gives the advantage to the player setting the pick, should be called for the foul. Pass inside Hamilton.
Oh, that's a tough shot.
He double pumped that one, Phil, and threw it off the glass.
He had to move it around. Gary Payton was all over him.
Oh, man. Lewis just banging Alexander with a moving pick up the court, and Lewis called for the foul.
It'll be interesting to see how this game is called. Of course, we know that Nate McMillan, a few games back, was heavily fined. In fact, $7,500 for some of the statements he made, comments he made about the officiating. And one of his claims is that his players, particularly Gary Payton, not getting the respect as a marquee player, 12-year veteran, all-star. And, of course, we've heard the Wizards coaching staff talk about, especially now with MJ not with the team, that down the stretch especially, the team not getting some of those calls that you need to get.
In fact, Nate was ejected from that game, the first time in his coaching career that he's been ejected from a game. Wizards have yet to shoot a free throw here, and Seattle is 7 of 8 from the line. Later baseline chased by 2 players. Now swings it for Hamilton, takes the jumper and just
Boy, those are the opportunities to get those offensive boards. Boy, this guy can really rise. If you're not familiar with him, he won the dunking contest at the MCI Center when they had the All-Star game there last year.
Desmond Mason in his 2nd year from Oklahoma State. That brings the fans to their feet and throws a little life into this party in Seattle. Ties it at 17. Alexander rips the cup. Knocked away by Leitner, who nearly saved it in. Another nice effort by Christian.
You talk about mind-boggling. This is what is mind-boggling to me. These guys nowadays able to jump up and catch passes that's behind that pass behind him a little bit. He has to reach and grab it and then stuff it.
Mason at 6'7". He's in his 2nd year with Seattle. Averages 11.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, and that's in by Payton.
Payton might be the best player in terms of finishing up on plays like that. Underhand scoop. He kind of understands where the shot blockers are coming from. Always lost it a little bit higher before they can get to it.
Haywood takes the jump shot. Way short. Sonics by 2. Wizards had a 4-point lead, and Washington with the steal. Kwame Brown off the Wizards bench as well will check in. And no word yet on Chris Whitney, who limped to the sideline with a bad right ankle. We'll check on that for you. Hamilton inside, short jumper, beautiful play.
Nice delivery from Christian Laettner, who showed the patience to let that play evolve. And you saw Richard Hamilton cut across the middle there.
Berry, the long jumper. A familiar sight.
Yeah, he's a terrific shooter. Likes to shoot that three-pointer almost like a set shot.
Brett has 7 double-doubles on the year, averages almost 14 points and about 6 rebounds a game. Trying to go inside to Haywood, and a 3-second call by Leroy Richardson.
I think they're pointing towards Brendan Haywood.
Yeah. And that is the...
Good job by Courtney Alexander, who's leading the game down. You got the substitution, but after the first couple of shots that went down for Gary Payton, did a much better job in staying in front of GP.
4th Washington turnover.
Work him, Gary.
Led to 3 Seattle points. There's Payton, who's held by Lou. Oh, offensive foul called on Payton, using the right arm to hook.
Oh, my goodness.
Here's another look at it.
Watch that right arm there, gain the leverage and wrap around the head of Tyronn Lue.
Lou, Hamilton, Haywood, Brown, and Nesby in the game now as Tyronn shoots and score the goal. He'll go to the line.
Well, that's using your quickness there, and they're set up in a 1-4 kind of offense. We talked with Doug. He had another name for it. I'm trying to remember what it was, but he has the 2 players on each side. But you also have a player with the quickness of Tyronn Lue able to utilize his quickness.
Points off the turnovers. As Lou makes the 3-point play, Shaman Williams is number 1. He's the guy who committed the last foul. He drives, and as he goes into the paint, is fouled on a reach-in. Separated left shoulder. He's on the injured list. Payton around Kwame. Kicks it out, and the ball knocked away. Hamilton picks it up. He'll have an easy path to the basket.
Washington capitalizing on some of those Seattle turnovers. Getting back to Calvin Booth. In fact, they had an announcement in the notes today that he would be going under surgery and will be out for the season.
Surgery on his right ankle. Tendonitis there, and that's unfortunate for Calvin. Payton goes around players, kicks it out. Long jumper by Lewis, missed it with 2.8 seconds. Rebound, and Tedros Wozniak, who was a one-time product and possession of this Washington Wizards club, misses at the buzzer. And Williams fakes, now works free for an open jumper and scores.
Well, it's so important to be able to know how to close out when you have that spacing as a defender between the shooter. If you commit yourself too strongly, just like you just saw that last one, the head fake and then a wide open shot from Williams.
5 unanswered points by Seattle as Lou lost the ball twice underneath, now kicks it to Hamilton, who misses the shot.
Look at him get it all the way.
7 unanswered Seattle points, and they've regained the lead by 2, and Doug Collins wants timeout. And the last time these two teams met back in November, he had 32 points and 15 assists. This has been a close game, 8 ties, 8 lead changes.
Well, the good thing about that, Washington so far not allowing them to run off these spurts, and that's been so damaging to Washington over this last 16, 17 games.
Rip Hamilton comes out. Richard with 12 points in the half, although Seattle has run off a bit of a 7-point spurt here with a 3-pointer and 2 field goals to regain the lead by 2. Wizards led by 5. Kwame Brown How will this young star blossom? Like that. That was a pretty move.
Yes, it was. Took a baseline and came back to the middle. Got to be careful putting the ball down in a crowded area down there.
No. I'm going.
Robniak missed it. They list him at 6'11". He looks more like he's about 7'3". I mean, he looks taller than Brendan Haywood, who's 7 foot. Lou hits a long jumper. Three-pointer for Tyronn Lue. He's got 8 points off the bench. We understand Chris Whitney is okay. He injured his ankle in the first quarter, but he seems to be okay. Has not returned to the game yet. Robniak again shoots and misses badly, and Nesby's there.
Right now, Washington rotating pretty well. Seattle's missing those shots.
Lue again. Now pulls it out. Haywood battling with Long down low. Here's Alexander. 9 seconds to shoot. Swings it to Parker. Underneath for Haywood, but they didn't pass it to him. Brown shoots and misses. And a timeout is taken by Mr. Sonic Nate McMillan. Inside, Popeye again. Nice move. Now the jump hook and can't get it to go. Tipped around and taken. Kept alive, and it's on the floor. Picked up by Hamilton. Again, all Popeye Jones to keep that alive.
Yep.
Game tied at 39. Alexander. Offensive foul on Courtney Alexander, and that'll be his 3rd personal.
That's a tough call on Courtney. A little bit of contact coming initially from the defender there. That right arm kind of slowing him up, but what the official picked up was the arm extension, the left arm extension from Courtney. Courtney picks up his 3rd foul and has to sit down.
Brings Nesby back into the game. Popeye guards Lewis. Lewis short jumper no good. Nesby is there. Leitner tumbles out of bounds. Here's Lou. Hamilton, they work a weave. Leitner drives. Nice move. He got hit. No call. Tip up and in by Popeye.
There's the stat sheet. Washington still only been to the line once, right?
Yeah, a lot of contact on that play as well. Wizards by 2. Gary Payton has 11 points, 4 of 6 from the field. What a move. Desmond Mason scores to tie the game at 41. Talk about quickness on this team between
they've
him,
got it, yeah.
Payton, Lewis, and Lou can't get it. Looked like it was tipped. Look at Popeye Jones. Here's Hamilton. Richard. Tipped away. And got Collins up off the bench. Wanted a foul. Instead, Seattle gets 2. Sonics regain the lead by 2. And a 20-second timeout taken. Reid has 12 points and a steal. Boy, Popeye Jones is just so smart. Nice pass to Nesby, who scores underneath.
A high degree. That was that pass there from Tyronn Lue. Had to be perfect, and Nesby was able to handle it and get the layup.
3 rebounds and 3 assists to go along with 12 points for Lue. James, jumper no. Rebound to Seattle. And on the rim, knocked out of bounds by the Sonics and given to Seattle. And Popeye can't believe that call by Jack Dees, and I can't either.
Well, Popeye looking over to the other official. Here's that fast break. Look at that bounce pass just past Gary Payton, who was a quick defender. Another look at it. Nice lead there from Tyronn Lue.
Well, the Sonics down by 2 with another chance here. Pass inside, foul on Whitney. And that'll be his 2nd personal.
His 2nd. 15 foul of the quarter.
So Desmond Mason to go to the line. Peyton swinging all the way, and he missed that. Tip up no good, and a loose ball foul called on Seattle. And it's on Jerome James.
Is it loose ball or is it grabbing the rim? I think that's what the official's saying. Is
You're right, Bill.
and watch him come for that rebound. He gets grabs the rim.
Somebody got a hand in there. I guess it was James. Popeye actually hit the net, but James touched the rim. Popeye, nice fake. Now kicks it out for Whitney. The three-pointer. Oh, he missed badly. Wow.
Don't see many of those misses like that from Seaway.
Lou battles, and a foul on Teron Lou.
He was known as more of a defensive player, but he has really changed that around. Going over, I think it's 15,000 points, but he is known for his scoring as much as his defense.
Whitney underneath. How did he get that in?
I was asking the same question.
And he's fouled on the play. I mean, there were bodies everywhere, some tall trees, and somehow, even after he pumped, he got it in.
Well, it's almost like he waited for the defense to collapse on him. Watch him get the ball here, pivots, and then turns instead of trying to take a quick shot. And he finds the opening some kind of way.
Washington has played an outstanding first half of basketball. Tate draws a double team. Livingston misses, and Haywood is there for the rebound. He is hacked in the backcourt. And
smart decision. Didn't want to throw that ball away. Knew there was only a few seconds left on the clock.
Teron Lou off the bench in 16 minutes, 5 of 8. 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 12 points. And Rip Hamilton with 12 points. And the Wizards, with an inspiring first half of basketball, lead the Sonics after one stanza. A nice double-double. He's got 13 points and 17 assists in the game so far. But Washington doing a nice job defensively helping out. They got help from their big men that came in, Brendan Haywood and Tyrone Nesby did a nice job, as well as Popeye Jones.
Well, I was going to say, Popeye Jones had 2 offensive rebounds. That kind of action and that activity, that aggressiveness is so important for this team.
Podcast Sportsnet crew tonight. Producer Chris Grain, director
not able to handle that, and on the other end, you see Seattle pushing the ball up. They've got all kind of numbers and options. And you see the stuff right there by Art Long.
Wizards still have the lead by 1 with 6:13 to play here in the third quarter. There have been 17 lead changes in this game, and 16 times it's been tied. Leitner, Lou, White, Alexander, and Hamilton for the team in blue. The Wizards at 29 and 35. This time last year they had a record of 16 and 48. Hamilton drives, short jumper, no good, tip, no good. Taken by 2 Sonics. They have the rebound. Rebounded the Sonics by 1. Actually, it's tied, 25 apiece now. Here's Predrag Drobniak, who misses. He's had a tough time tonight shooting.
Certainly has. 0 for 5 in the first half. Missed that one there.
It's from Yugoslavia. Looking for Leitner inside. Kicked away by Drobniak. Barry goes all the way. Fouled by Lou. 4th. Wizards have 3 players with 3 fouls. Kick ball, they'll reset to 14.
Fortunately, the clock had wound down to 5 on the shot clock.
Actually, the Wizards have 4 players with 3 personals. Leitner, Alexander, Whitney, and Lou. Here's Peyton. In the paint, Drobniak. Swinging. Great play. Block by White.
Block.
What a block by Jahidi.
See if they can capitalize now.
Leitner inside. Nice pass to White. No call. Gets his rebound and lost it out of bounds.
What a block from Jahidi. He's been really hustling defensively, helping out. Now watch him see the man underneath. Long going up, Jihadi right there to meet him. Clean block.
And Lou has just picked up his 4th personal foul.
15 fouls on the quarter.
And with 3:58 to go in the quarter, the Wizards are over the limit. We'll send Mr. Automatic to the free throw line.
I tell you, the difference in free throw attempts is starting to really
It's staggering.
get ridiculous, yeah.
The Wizards are 4 for 4 from the line. Seattle is 20 of 23. Yet the Wizards have 28 points in the paint. Seattle 18. The Heidi's held up and traveled.
That's an area he's going to have to work on. You don't see a lot of double teams, but I think they intentionally did that to try and disrupt Washington's offense, and they do force the turnover.
8 turnovers for the Wizards have led to 5 Seattle points. Here's Payton open for the shot. Misses. Sonics by 1. Lou around the screen, finds Leitner for the open jumper. Got it. Christian Leitner buries the jumper. He's got 6 points on 3 of 7 shooting. And White picks up the foul. Quick move by Gary Payton.
Well, that's why it's so important, not only for the defender of the ball handler to get back on defense, but the rest of the team to get back, to be in a helping position. That's why, as an offensive team, you try to push the ball up as much as you can and try and attack the team before they really get a helping defensive stance.
Second personal foul on Jahidi White. And Payton misses the second. 16 points for Gary Payton. Seattle led by Barry with 20. And Mason 15 off the bench. Rashard Lewis is out of the game with a strained shoulder. Cross-court Leitner. Alexander, the open jumper, wins long the rebound.
Well, that shows you how quick Brent Barry can be.
It's amazing. Brent Barry and John Barry are carbon copies of each other.
Brent has about 2 inches on his older brother.
Leitner inside. Draws a foul on Drobniak. Popeye reaches in and fouls Barry.
I don't think Popeye can argue with that call. The reaching in part is where he picked up the foul. Did a good job to step out on Barry, but watch the left hand reaching in there. And that's where you pick up the foul usually. Take the ball well. Payton starts with a penetration. Mason kicks it out to Barry, who's spotting up and drills the three-pointer. That's his 3rd of the game.
He's 3 of 4 from three-point range as Hamilton misses the free throw. Richard is 4th in the NBA in free throw shooting. Olumide Oyedeji checks into the game for Seattle. And Richard makes 1 of 2. That's the Sonics lead to 1, 70-69. Here's full court pressure. A near steal by Lou. Up ahead, Mason, 2-on-1. Alley-oop. And Drobniak goes down with no call. He hurt his left knee. Lou the other side. Popeye. Wizards have numbers, 5 on 4. And they can't take advantage. How do you like that?
Oh, that's heartbreaking. You're talking about points off of turnovers. We highlighted that at the beginning of the game. And Washington not only not getting a shot, but turning the ball over, giving up numbers at the other end.
And they were 5 on 4, Phil. That's the problem. Yeah. That's what's so heartbreaking about it.
And this is where he comes down. I think he just came down wrong, hit that knee hard, may have come down on the foot of Popeye Jones. And after Washington not able to convert, turning the ball over, Payton converts the layup and has a chance for a three-point play.
Which he gets, and Tyronn Lue picked up his 5th personal foul. So 2 Seattle players have limped off of the court. Rashard Lewis and Predrag Drobniak. And more importantly, the Sonics have taken a 4-point lead. Popeye throws. Jump hook, no good. Tipped up by Haywood, taken by Seattle. Haywood, the rebound. And Jack Neves is going to jump him up.
Well, the question there was, did the 2 players have hold of the ball?
No. Haywood had possession. Haywood has possession.
I'm not sure. Oyedije did not have a little bit of that ball, too, and comes down on him.
Nah.
No? No way.
Watch this angle.
All right.
He does not even touching the ball.
What we got right here? We got a white right here. There you go.
Well, I think in that situation, that's the right call. I don't think there's a foul.
Haywood was getting ready to pass the ball to somebody.
Well, he was on top of...
'Talk about the tide turning in a game. Critical end to the 3rd quarter, and the Sonics behind 27 points, 16 in the period by Brett Berry, have captured a 6-point lead. 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Now 3 of 4, and has 20 points in the game to lead the Wizards in scoring. Sonic lead. Desmond Mason, fouled by Nesbitt.
Boy, once again, that reaching is what gave the foul away. I think Desmond was really off balance. In fact, close to committing a charge himself. Watch him lean in. I think Nesbitt has good position, but then that left hand reaches in. If he stands his ground, there's a good chance he gets a charge called on Mason.
Mason 4 of 6 from the line. Fans turn to Comcast Sportsnet Tuesday night at 7 for a special presentation of the Ed Block Courage Awards. Follow NFL players from around the league, recognized by their teammates for their commitment to the community as they visit children at the Baltimore Ravens Courage House. And join us as they're honored for the impact that they've made. Comcast Sportsnet presents the Ed Block Courage Awards Tuesday night at 7 on Comcast Sportsnet. Both free throws made by Mason. And again, the lead is 7 for Seattle. Steve Buckhantz with Phil Chenier. Wizards in Portland tomorrow night. Hamilton drives inside, lays it up, and score the goal. He'll go to the line. Baldwin on Desmond Mason, his 2nd, and so Rip to the free throw line. Where the Wizards are 9 of 10.
Yeah, strong move in there. He gets by one defender. You see Mason trying to draw the charge. Good concentration there from Hamilton, both at the free throw line and to finish off that field goal.
Rip has made 4 of 5 free throws. He's got 23 points. And the Wizards cut it to 4 as a foul between Mason and Nesby is called. It's on Tyrone. That's number 4 on Nesby. Lou with 5, Nesby with 4. Alexander, Whitney, and Leitner with 3 apiece. Trying to get a steal here now. Here's Barry.
That's not the player you want to come off of, especially the way he's been shooting in the second half.
30 points for Brent Barry, who's 1 away from matching his career high. Lou for 3.
Got it.
Big one.
Couldn't see who tipped that ball loose. I think it was Nesby.
Yeah. 18 for Teron Lou, whose career high is 23. What a play.
Okay, sometimes just when you think you have Payton stopped, he's able to twist around, do some kind of body control in midair.
Alexander twisting, no good.
It looked like there was a lot of contact on Courtney on that play.
Jamon Williams, can he do it again? No. Nesby. Lou for 3 more. Teron Lou. Away from matching his career high. Payton. Doug Collins imploring his players to play defense.
Right now, it's the Payton and Barry show. They're just taking over, trading baskets.
5-point Sonic lead, under 5 minutes to play in regulation. Leitner baseline, in and out. Tipped up, and Alexander with that leaping ability has it. Hamilton for 3. Missed it. Tip no good. Loose ball foul is called on Seattle. And they were close to getting a technical as well.
Boy, that was Nesby, came flying in the air. He was so high, I think one of the defenders made some contact and knocked him off balance. First of all, Courtney does a great job of coming up with this loose ball.
Nesby, so high you nearly had to put a cape on him. Timeout on the floor. We take a look at the Southwest Airlines game summary.
Well, we highlighted this points off turnover. Washington having the better of it right now. 13 points for Washington off of Seattle's turnover. Rashard Lewis left the game in the second quarter. He missed all 4 of his field goals at left shoulder strain. And the Sonics backcourt once again getting the job done. 57 points so far. Payton also has 9 assists. Barry 4 for 5 from 3-point range.
There's Trey Drobniak on a stationary bike. In fact, Brent Barry is 1 point away from matching his career high of 31. And Teron Lou is 2 points away from matching his career high of 23 that he set against Indiana this year. And Nesby makes only 1 of 2.
Got to take advantage of those free throws. Washington will be shooting because Seattle's out of fouls. Washington's only committed 2 fouls this quarter, so they have some fouls to give.
4-point Sonics lead. Barry goes all the way. That won't count. He draws a foul. Isn't it amazing, Phil, how fast off the dribble both
what
he
makes
and
it
his
even
brother
more
are?
effective is that he's able to give that change of pace speed, which makes you doubly fast in terms of getting away from the defender. He can turn it on, slow down, and pick that speed back up.
Wow, fortunate for the Wizards that Seattle turned it over.
And Nesby had already committed himself, but Oladeji could not handle that pass.
Wizards have 10 turnovers that have led to 10 Seattle points. The Sonics have committed 11. Wizards have scored 13 points off the turn. Here's Lou trying to work 3, 8 seconds to shoot. Now he pulls the trigger. Got another one!
Oh, boy.
Teron Lou has hit 5 of 5 3-pointers. And Lou has a new career high of 24 points.
More importantly, brings us down to a 1-point game.
He He's hit 4 3-pointers in a row. Payton around Alexander, pulls up. How good is Gary Payton?
Pretty good.
He's so smooth, Phil. Beautiful tip in by Leitner. But what a game this has been. This has been an outstanding basketball
Yeah,
game.
that's an area you can hurt this team, especially with the lineup they have in now. They've got their leading rebounder out. Another 7-footer out on the side.
Kick it back, long jumper, that hurt. If it goes, and luckily Nesby the rebound, and the Wizards can regain the lead with a basket, and Lou wants time. 2:39 to go, and 4 3-pointers at Seattle last January. Has a new career high in 3-pointers, 5 again at Seattle. Hamilton, and tipped up and it goes.
What a tip. Nesby again with the great tip, the hustle play.
And Nate McMillan wanted basket interference, but didn't get it. And the Wizards have the lead. Their first is the 3rd quarter. Savon Williams around Hamilton, plays it off underneath, and a score.
Boy, you've got to respect these 3-point shooters. Brett Berry, Savon Williams. They stretch your defense out and then create opportunities to drive to the basket and get open shots.
Hamilton, here's Lou. Lou has made all 5 of his 3-point shots tonight. Leitner backs in. Nice move. Off the glass and in. Christian Leitner in his 10th year from Duke.
Well, they just got to find a way to stop one of these two.
Payton backing in on Hamilton. Alexander missed it. Tip taken by Washington. Boy, that was a big play. Wizards by 1 with 1:23 to go in regulation. Leitner again. Missed it. Tip up and in by Alexander.
They have really been doing some damage on the offensive glass. Their 16th offensive rebound tonight. Deep.
Alexander, and a foul call. That's the right call. And Courtney Alexander picks up
won't hurt him. They had a foul to give.
4th personal.
Almost came up with this steal. And Payton going over into the backcourt forced the referee to make some kind of call.
He made the right call. He just waited to see whether it would have forced him into the backcourt, which he did. And he had to make the call. The Wizards with their foul to give. Now the double team. Here they go out to Mason. Mason drives, lays it off underneath. This shot, no good. Leitner with a big rebound. And he's tied up. They'll call a jump ball.
And
the Wizards bench can't believe it.
They're not going to like that. First of all, I think Mason got away with a foul on Leitner trying to reach for the ball, and then Berry ties him up. There's the missed shot. Berry reaching in there. Well, I didn't see Berry have much control of that.
Berry at 6'6", Leitner at 6'11".
What tip here.
See how high Berry gets up and watch the flight of the ball. If it reaches its apex before it's touched.
Making them make sure they hold their position.
Jack Dees will toss it. 53 and 7/10 seconds to play in regulation. Leitner gets it. It's on the floor. Lou has it and he's fouled.
I don't know if you picked that up. Nesby, as he was establishing his position, was pointing to Leitner to tell him where to tip the ball. That's right where he tipped it, over there between he and Tyronn Lue. Right there, he's pointing to it. And that's where it goes. Tyronn goes up and gets the ball and gets tied up, but the foul is called.
And Art Long has fouled out of the game with personals. And Tyronn Lue to the free throw line, where he has made one shot tonight, 1 of 1 from the line. He's got a new career high 24 points, a new career high with 5 3-pointers. And that's as big a free throw as he's made all season.
He's been real solid tonight, no question about it. Not just the 3-point shots.
Tyronn 9 of 13, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, and McMillan wants time. Wizards by 5 with 51 2/10 seconds to play. What an inspirational effort by this Washington.
During this 5-game losing stretch, we've seen the same thing. It's just down the stretch. They've not been able to make the plays defensively or offensively.
Seattle led 91-86 with 4:41 to go. Since then, the Wizards have outscored them 14-4. Into James. Well, James hit Leitner in the head. Here's Barry. Barry's jumper, and he's fouled by Leitner. Well, if you see the replay, Leitner continues to hold the side of his head because James hit him with an elbow on the inbound pass.
Yeah, just as the play was inbounded. There you see him trying to pull away, and a little bit of contact from Barry. Barry a little upset he didn't make the shot.
Oh, how about that? How about that? Wow. Barry's first miss from the line in 9 attempts. And he's 1 point away from matching his career high of 31. Olumide Oyedeji comes in. Michael Henderson had some words for Leitner and Oyedeji. Barry makes the second to cut the Wizards' lead to 4. Lue calls time.
You can't leave that man out there. Hamilton passed the ball off to Lue and then kind of ran away from him. And they're looking to double team the
career high 26 points. Hamilton has 23. Alexander 14 and Leitner 12. Here we go. Wizards can go into the backcourt if they need to. Hamilton. Got Collins up at midcourt. Hamilton jumper. No good. Rebound fought for by Payton. Payton running. Shot clock is off. Makes it. Missed it. Rebound Washington. Leitner, and he's fouled. Leitner with a big play, and Alexander the rebound, and the Wizards with 12.7 seconds to go can salt it away at the line.
I tell you, Courtney Alexander's come up with some big rebounds. They had the offensive rebound just a few minutes before that, and it comes up with this defensive rebound, running this ball down, coming up with the possession, and Seattle's forced to give a quick foul.
First free throws of the game for Alexander, who misses the first. Courtney is 49 of 60 now on the season. One of 2, and McMillan will take time. Oh, big miss inside, and a foul by Lue on Olumide Oyedeji. And on Lue, that'll be his 6th personal. So Tyronn Lue fouls out of the game with a new career high of 26 points and 5 of 5 from 3-point range.
More importantly, he's one of the team's best ball handlers, and you know that Seattle is going to press all over the court.
Season high is 5.
That's early.
They makes them both. Wizards will have to rebound against pressure, and they do. Hamilton backed up, needs some help. Timeout Washington. Hamilton is fouled with 5.4 seconds for Seattle. No fouls. They'll let Payton go all the way. He missed the shot. That's the game. The Washington Wizards have snapped a 5-game losing streak, stunning this crowd in Seattle.
Well, what a big win on the road. A a place where they've had problems getting wins, and they did it in a very defiant way, fighting back several times and even overcoming the obstacle of not getting to the free throw line. There was a big discrepancy there, but they pulled out a big win.
For the Wizards, just their second victory here in the last 21 games.
Here's the glove, and he is ready. Sonics had beaten the Wizards 5 straight times. Payton hits the J, then another. The glove, 10 points in the first quarter. Sonics up 1. Still first, Sonics down 2. Throw it up. Desmond Mason will bring it down, acting like he's still at Oklahoma State. Nice play and all. Sonics down 3 after 1. Third quarter, Sonics still down 3. Payton, no look. Tip pass to Art Long. That's a left-handed slam. Then, Brent Berry heating up. Slicing to the hole. Taken until somebody stops you. Berry for 3. Get it to him. He had 16 points in the third. Sonics up 7 after 3. Fourth quarter, we got ourselves a great game. Kyle Lue. The Wizards got him for this reason. To play D, to make timely shots. He can do both. That's 3, and that's 3 more. 5 of 5 from three-point range, a career high 26. Wizards down 1. Next trip down for the Sonics. Payton stops and hits. Sonics up 3. Later, Wizards controlling the boards, down 1. Hamilton drives, misses. Tyrone Nesbitt tips it in. Then Leitner misses. Courtney Alexander, who's got the bill? Oh, no, I got the tip. Wizards win a thriller, 103-98. Richard Hamilton dropped in 25 as Washington snaps its 5-game skid. Brent Berry matched his season high with 31 in the loss. Gary Payton chipped in 29 points and 9 dimes. He had no steals. Seattle GM Rick Sun says Calvin Booth will have surgery on his right ankle Tuesday. That will end his season. The Pacers shooting under 27% from three-point land in the last 11 games means Jermaine O'Neal needs more touches. KG and the T-Wolves 5-game losing streak, having trouble in March, 1-6 since March 1st, averaging only 89.1 points a game, 43.5% from the field, 17.6 turnovers, numbers that won't get it done. Third period, Garnett stripped by Ron Artest. Jamal Tinsley says some guys drool, not me. I simply dribble. It's nasty. Fourth quarter, Brad Miller drives for 2. He finished with 23, 9 of 12 shooting. Pacers up 14. More Tinsley. Flies by Chauncey. A triple-double. Flip Saunders says, well, we got to be happy about. We lost. 98-85. Tinsley, 11 points, 10 assists, and 10 boards. His second career trip dub. KG, 24-12, but the Wolves fall to 1-7 in March. Indiana outscored Minnesota 20-9 in the third. The Wolves only made 4 of 19 field goals in their lowest scoring quarter this season. No Grant Hill, no Mike Miller, no problem. T-Mac holding it down, averaging almost 28 points in the last 16 games. Tim Hardaway telling us how he helps his new squad. Listen up.
That's all I can bring. Positivity, wisdom, professionalism, all those big words.
Would Hardaway be a man of his word? With the ball, guarded by Darrell Armstrong, pushes off. Armstrong falls down. Words exchanged. Both players get teased. Later in the third, Armstrong guarding Hardaway again. He steps in front for the steal. The save to T-Mac, who's going in for the dunk. McGrady had 30. Now, after the basket, Hardaway and Monty Williams get into it. Hardaway ejected. Tries to go after the ref. What happened to positivity, professionalism, maturity, class as he leaves the court? What happened to respecting other people's property? And there goes the TV. Armstrong, he's got class. He'll plug it back in. But you ain't getting no more picture out of this one. Take a look. Now, so much for keeping his word on professionalism, but to be professional, we'll let you know. Hardaway and Armstrong autographed the monitor to be auctioned off for a charity after the game. Fourth quarter, Magic up 11. McGrady seals it. This is simply dirty. Cocking it back, throwing it down. Magic win 124-102. Orlando extends its longest current winning streak against any opponent to 10. McGrady had 30. 12 of 12 at the line. Troy Hudson had 24 points. Former Notre Dame standouts Monty Williams and Pat Garrity, 18 apiece. Juwan Howard, the game's lone double-double in defeat, 20 and 11. Antonio McDyess had 18 points. He's reached double figures in 5 of 8 games since returning from injury. Still to come on the NBA tonight, we'll look back at Kobe's scrap with Reggie. He's not alone in thinking it might not be a big deal.
You guys keep talking about this incident like it's damn Mike Tyson and Holyfield. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, we had a little squabble and that's it. Not like I bit the guy's ear off.
Shaq said legends don't retaliate to average high school players, and he is an average high school player. So what does a player do to respond to an opponent like Reggie Miller? In Kobe's case, punches are thrown, games are missed. For Bryant, there's more to this than fisticuffs. There's competitive fire. And as contrary as it seems, Shelley Smith reports Kobe may be taking his place among the game's elite.
Ever since he punched teammate Samaki Walker and took a swing at Reggie Miller, Kobe Bryant has found himself psychoanalyzed by an anxious public wanting to know what has caused the young superstar to resort to hardcore violence.
I mean, you guys keep talking about this incident like it's damn Mike Tyson and Holyfield. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, we had a little squabble and that's it. Not like I bit the guy's ear off.
Or like he and Samaki haven't kissed and made up.
So I think everybody's kind of overanalyzing things. I mean, a fight is a fight, period. I mean, fights happen. You move on to the next day, and that's it.
Fights do happen and have always happened in this league, even among the best.
I know we don't like to promote fighting, but some of the best fights have been by the greatest players that's ever played this game. Mike and Reggie, Dr. J, you know, Bird.
Magic Johnson fought Kevin Johnson. Isaiah Thomas fought his teammate Bill Laimbeer, who fought Charles Barkley, who fought Shaq, who punched Eric Montross and Brad Miller, who now plays on the same team as Reggie Miller, who scrapped with Derek Coleman, Charles Smith, and Frank Rakowski before taking on Kobe.
Reggie is the guy who's always talked a lot throughout his career, and you know, it was unfortunate, but you know, I can see, you know, Kobe being very competitive, like he is. So it just lost a hit for a moment. I put him in the same category as Michael Jordan, especially when I say competitive.
Michael Jordan, the man Kobe might have emulated once or twice in his career, and coincidentally, or maybe not, Michael Jordan once punched one of his teammates, Steve Kerr, during a practice, and took on Reggie Miller, too.
In a weird way, it's almost like he joined an elite group of guys who have, you know, taken a swing at someone.
Especially Reggie, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, he has a lot of enemies.
Right now we have what a lot of people want. And a lot of people want to be Kobe, just like a lot of people wanted to be Mike. And in that respect, the challenges come night in and night out.
I think it's part of evolution in terms of, you know, when he first got into the league, 17, 18 years old, and he just waited his turn, so to speak, like a jaguar, black jaguar out of his cage.
I think 90% of the time trash talking is just trash talking, and 90% of the time you just try to let it talk and let it go. But I will say, the more competitive you are, the more, you know, the percentages go from 10% to 20%, 20% to 30%.
Yeah, I've seen him walk away a lot. I think as he's moved on here in age, he's finding that, you know, his manhood has been tested, not just as a basketball player, but things have been said, and individuals have taken shots at him. We've gotten everybody's best effort and it hasn't worked. And now in the third run at a championship, people are taking it to the next level. And that right now is, in some cases, been a little too much.
What for? For his TV toss last night in Orlando. All the way through that television monitor onto the court. After he was ejected from the game in the third quarter, it was a second tee, leaving it to Darrell Armstrong to lighten up the mood.